So welcome to Just Another Wednesday with Jimmy and Jesse. Today we're going to introduce our longtime friends / family, Kirk and Olivia.
Hey!
So, today we're going to start with a little bit of origin story from both of them. Now I start with origin story because you are comic book / Star Wars fan, right?
That's right.
So we're going to dip a little bit into that region today.
I'd love
So, if you want to start off, we'd like to introduce yourself to our fans.
I mean, origin story, I don't know. I'm not necessarily Wolverine, but...
We don't need to go...
I thought when he said origin story, he was like, wanted to hear your background, like grew up in
That's what I
Denver,
was
little
thinking.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh,
gotcha.
so tell us about yourself and then...
Origin story.
So, yeah, I grew up in Denver, close to Federal and Jewel, kind of, in the hood a little bit. Down there.
South kind of west side.
Southwest Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. And, I mean, it was kind of a crazy childhood, I guess, if you will, because I had friends on one side of the tracks and friends on the other side of the tracks.
Kind of had to be a little too...
What high school did you go to?
Like, do you have two sides of the story kind of thing? Like, do you act two different ways around two different people kind of thing?
Yeah, I would say a little bit. I had a lot of friends who dabbled into kind of that gang life a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I had my nerdy friends. So
I hear you. No,
I
I
kind of had to play two roles a little bit.
Right, no, I totally get that, man.
Which I think's actually kind of helped me later in life. I could kind of adapt and relate to different people. Yeah, you got it.
We went to the same elementary school, which I think is so crazy how small of worlds it is, because I grew up like 10 blocks south.
I don't know if I knew this.
Which he lived a
No,
block...
I went to Sabin Element. Oh, I don't know if you want that on there. But
Sorry.
I went to that elementary school too. I lived to the Diamond Shamrock that's still there.
Uh-huh.
Those townhouses just up the street so there's Evans. We lived on the north side of Evans. Those townhouses right there, we used to jump off those buildings onto our trampoline.
Whoa,
So those were in our backyard. So like we used to hang out at that park and everything. So I always think that's so crazy that we kind of grew up in the same
Right?
neighborhood.
My
but
dad lived
you're
right off
older
of
than I am,
Lowell
so
and
we
Yale.
didn't know
We
each
used to
other.
walk to Brentwood Shopping Center right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to go back to that King Supers when they had all the candies and steal all the candy, and we'd be like, oh, we're just taking samples, and they're like, no, that's not samples, that's
You're stealing.
And
Right.
we're like, oh, well, we thought we were taking samples.
But the thing opens and it's got a scoop in it.
Yeah.
What am I supposed
Right,
to
there's no
do?
register at the
scoop out a
scoop.
sample.
What do you like? It's craziness.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I grew up around a lot of Hispanic people, which was really cool. A lot of culture, a lot of family with that. I mean, I come into a family. My mom's one of 12 kids, so I got a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins.
You kind of have a unique layout in the family life, right? With how far apart you guys are spread out and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's part of the origin story, right?
Yeah.
'Cause, I've got 3 siblings, and I'm the youngest of the 4 of us, and
What do they call you?
baby love.
Baby love.
Baby love.
Baby love. The littlest is baby love. Okay.
So for what?
Wait, why do we not all call him that?
Yeah. He's baby love now.
Like,
Well,
he's
we
still
probably
baby love.
start calling
He
you
is
that.
totally baby love now.
So where that comes from actually is I'm the youngest cousin of the family, right? So out of all
all the
of
kids.
the aunts and uncles that have kids, I'm the youngest one of that first generation of kids. So
Oh, okay.
He's also baby love.
Oh,
Yes.
my mom tells me I could crash any baby shower or anything like that because
That's the baby love power.
Yeah, I've got that status.
Yes.
Oh, baby
So
love.
maybe
power.
this
Yeah.
is
An origin story.
An origin story.
Yeah,
right?
baby love
I got
has
a
power.
superpower.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called baby love.
Yes. All right. So, Liv,
So,
What is-
my
what-
origin?
yeah,
Do you guys really want to know?
we want to know. Where are you from?
All right. Well, I'm obviously not from Denver. I grew up in Vermont, which, if anybody who's listening doesn't know, it's up in the northeast part of the United States by New York and
Is it a
Maine.
town or?
No.
No.
Silly. You know what? I used to get that all the time. I used to get that all the time. And it was so annoying. I used to tell people I was from New York. York, upstate New York, because they never knew where Vermont was. It was like the most embarrassing thing ever. So I would just be like,
So
I'm
is it a
upstate
city
New York.
or is it a state?
It's
What
a
is it?
state.
Why were you embarrassed? You should have
Yeah.
been like, learn your shit.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's
Well,
one
I
of
was
the
like-
50
I'd be
states.
like, because it's just so country, you know? It's just
Yeah.
like nobody knows where that is. It's not like I'm
Yeah.
from LA or like I'm from, Chicago or something. It's like
The
I'm
town
from
of Vermont.
Vermont.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
it's a
you're
state.
the one of
Um,
the you're the ones that like go like
Yeah,
this, right?
we're like
I
the
know
pizza
the
pie,
shape
like-
and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know.
So I'm the left half of that.
Isn't that where people
And-
go to see the foliage?
Yes, the foliage, it's beautiful there. Like, honestly, it's a really beautiful state, don't you think?
I think it's lovely there.
Yeah, it's really
a lot
pretty.
of lakes.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of lakes, a lot of country, a lot of farms, and all kinds of fun stuff. So, but it's very country. It's very country. So very rural. Like the town that I grew up in, like had 5,000 people in it. Like,
Oh, okay.
And so my high school, we bussed kids in from an hour away each direction. That's how small it is.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so it's tiny.
It's very small. Everybody knows each other.
Everybody's in
That's
everybody's
a-
business.
Terrible.
Yes.
No, I mean it's like it is what it is. You know, you
Yeah.
kind of have to mind your own business because a lot of like things do travel fast.
yeah.
So that's kind of something that I wanted to branch away from when I moved to Colorado. It was kind of like, I just want to have some different experiences. I want to learn some new things. I want to meet some new people and have some new experiences with my life that like if I stayed in Vermont, I'd probably
It would've
settle
been harder
down.
to do.
I would have probably settled down and would have started a family. I would have, never had anything else like to my story. You
Yeah.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So
it would have
I
been
was-
like grew up and lived in the same town and all that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And everyone
Yeah.
shares the same story, the same pattern.
Talk
Yeah.
a little bit about your dad and where did they come from?
Well, we actually grew up like 5 minutes from the Canadian border, so my family.
That's nice,
We're
eh?
very, very French Canadian. Totally,
Not that part.
Totally
of
French,
right, yeah.
French Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my last name is de la Briere, and that stands for of the like briar tree, which is
Oh, cool.
briar tree is, but yeah, it's just very French. So
that's
it
cool.
doesn't mean anything, like it's not like a fancy or anything like that, but we're just very French people. So
Does that go into any
so-
cuisine or anything like that? Did you grow up with like French cooking and all that stuff? Or?
not really, more like home style cooking
Oh, okay.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now, all this like Mexican food I've been eating, it's
Do you have
fantastic. Yeah, it's so great. I'm like, let's eat tacos. Can you please make chili? Like, can we have
So,
tostadas? Like, please
how-
make me rellenos.
Do they have Mexican restaurants in Vermont?
They don't. Like,
No?
I'm serious.
Not at all?
It's like they have they've got a couple things like more like mid-state, like that's like more Tex-Mex, but it's not. It's not
not
your.
Mexican
It's not your
food.
Los Dos Potrillos.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, there's a lot of like American style like restaurants and things like that.
Oh, okay.
And like the very famous thing that I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but it's called poutine.
What'd you just call me?
It's,
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
it's called poutine. It's French and it's what
This
it
is a child-friendly podcast.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Scream it puts in.
Yeah. Making me very uncomfortable. I'm offended. No.
But your children would love it.
What are you saying? No,
Okay, guys, all it is it's French fries with like this like amazing gravy and curd cheese. Curd cheese.
Curd cheese.
I grew up on this shit.
Like
I'm
cheese
telling you.
curd?
Cheese curds.
So
Yeah.
Shut
literally,
up.
gravy and
It's so good.
it's a platter of home cut fries, right?
Yeah.
And these cheese curds smothered in brown gravy.
and brown gravy.
The brown gravy is hot as hell, so it kind of melts the cheese curds a little
Oh, it's
bit.
so good.
It
It's
sounds delicious.
fantastic.
I was gonna say that sounds delicious.
We like
It's
totally
heart attack
like,
on a plate.
Oh yeah, we just
I'm in for that.
we
Yeah.
we really indulged in our inner fat kid like
Yes.
that day. We had like pizza because like the Canadian pizza, they put all the toppings. They put the cheese first and then the toppings on top of that.
Isn't that how you make pizza?
No, it's
She's like, it's a crazy idea, guys.
I'm like,
This is
no, it's
that's American
it's-
pizza.
So I'm sorry, it's toppings first, cheese on top of that. So it's a little bit different. And then
So-
like
like
Kind of
inside it.
Chicago style. Doesn't Chicago style kind of do that, where they melt the cheese over the top of everything? But it's not as
I
thick.
think of Chicago as the thick crust.
But I was gonna say, but probably not thick, but like thin crust like that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go to the East Coast. I think that'd be fun to go to the East Coast.
You gotta go. You have to go. And it's a different culture. It's a different lifestyle. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
we
then
maybe we
anyway,
go to
like-
the town of Vermont.
Okay, it's still a state.
Oh sorry.
Yeah.
No.
It's still a state.
I heard they're paying $10,000 to move there.
Right to get the population boost so that the inbreeding stops.
We'll start next season too. Oh my god! I can't even defend what he said.
This is the South.
Yeah, no.
She said it was very rural, country style.
That's not what she said. Not like
When
what
I thought
you
country,
said.
when you said country style, I thought country style.
No, yeah, no.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You could kiss your cousin.
That's
Just
what I'm
can't.
saying.
No, you can't.
Still can't do that.
The tree kind of grows back into a ball.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Stop.
No, I'm just.
Moving on.
All right.
Okay, honey, go over there. Go that way.
All right. So for those of you who don't know, the little guy is Hendrix. Hendrix
Yeah, like Jimmy
is
Hendrix.
Kirk and Olivia's son.
Come introduce yourself.
Say hi, Bubs.
Come on.
Oh, he's fine.
He's a little, we call him the terrorizer. Because he's now 14 months old. And he's a little terrorizer.
And he's the terror.
He's a little boy terrorizer. And
So-
he has to be around his mama.
He loves his mommy very much.
Mama.
So how often do you guys go back to Vermont?
Try to go every summer for sure. Well, he's giving me shit all the time. Because now it's a yearly thing.
He's
Oh,
like,
that's my family.
he's like, I want to go to
If it
Mexico.
was me, we'd be going twice
Right, so
a year.
Thank
like
you.
that's part of
No, honey.
having families from other states.
Yes.
How often
So-
do you go have dinner with his family?
All the fucking time.
So you gotta.
So you don't
I
gotta
love
take
them.
two
I love them.
planes,
Don't get me
a
wrong.
train, and a bus to
You
get
take
there.
2 planes and a train to get to her house?
Is there chickens on the bus?
Bullshit.
It might as well be.
Okay, so what is it really? I thought he was being serious. No, it's just actually they're now doing
The
direct.
train comes in here in Colorado. We take it to DIA, right?
Okay.
And then you fly to New York.
Never take a train.
And then you take, what do you call these? Puddle jumpers? Pond jumpers?
Yeah, we've done that before, but not they have.
Take
This
a puddle
plane-
jumper?
You guys, I'm 6'1". I can't even stand up in this fucking thing. Right?
Did you ask him to let you fly it?
It's only got seats on one side of the plane.
No, it has 2 seats on one side, 1 seat on the other.
Maybe there's one on the other side.
That's called the
not
pilot's
when
chair.
I
That's
flew into
debatable.
Burbank. It was
Right.
such a tiny plane.
It's well,
For
I
Sternberg?
mean, but
That's
they did
normal.
But now they do direct flights to from Denver to Arlington.
We're gonna get a new
I'm gonna
experience
put them
coming up.
downstairs.
Okay.
But then she does come from a small town that is a couple hours away from the airport that you arrive in Vermont. So you do get to see a lot of the countryside, and it just takes
No.
a while to get there.
I think it'd be great to go out there.
It's a
And
process.
Yes.
now, is there a lot of seafood ports and stuff like that around there? Is it on the coast at all, Vermont? Vermont has a coast, right?
Vermont's not on the coast at all.
Jimmy,
Well,
have
so-
you seen the United States of America map?
Have you seen the
Would you like me
corner?
to pull it up?
Have you seen the corner where New England's at? Okay, it is a bunch of states piled in.
Right.
All right.
I believe Vermont's sandwiched between Massachusetts and New York.
Okay.
So it's not on the coast.
No.
I thought it was up more by me. So that's my bad.
Not on the coast, but it's actually close. Not on the coast, but
Well,
there's a
But as
ton
far
of
as
lakes.
seafood goes, I think it's a
No,
little more
that's
fresh
great.
than what we're getting here in Colorado.
Oh, I
A lot
bet.
more
It's probably
fresh.
way more
I
fresh.
bet.
Yeah. You've never. I mean,
Well, so I've been preaching
It's
to
way
her
different.
Ocean City.
New Jersey.
Ocean City, yes.
What's Ocean City?
I have a buddy from
Oh, you want to go to
Ocean City, Maryland.
Maryland.
Ocean
Gotcha.
City, Maryland. He
I do remember
swears up
this
and down that's the
conversation.
best place to go, like for like a summer vacation.
Yeah, I'm sure East Coast is fantastic for the summertime. You guys have to go. Take your
Yeah.
kids there. It's so fun.
No, I don't want
No, we can leave the kids.
Oh, fuck the kids.
Yeah.
no.
I don't
The
say
kids-
I don't want to go on any
Yes.
more vacations.
Yes.
All last year we went on 3 major vacations, 2 really big ones.
3 major vacations.
3
And they
major
came with
vacations
us
that were like
everyone.
a week and a half long, which we don't normally do even a week. Like normally our vacations are like
Over the
4
weekend.
days.
Over the weekend with like 2 days here. So like
But we
5
went
days.
to South Dakota and we went with a very large group. That was amazing.
I
That
bet
was
that
a
was
wonderful
so
trip.
fun.
And then we went
Camping.
to Grand Canyon,
We went
Well,
to
we stayed
Mesa.
in
We went to
Durango.
Mesa Verde.
Mesa Verde.
I want to do that.
We went to the Grand
You
Canyon.
need 2 to 3
I
days.
wanna
and
do
then
that
we went to
too.
Moab. It was a one big circle.
I'm so jealous.
But we didn't give
'Cause
ourselves enough
Moab-
days. 2 days was not enough. You could spend an entire week just at the Grand Canyon. You could spend an entire week just at
sure.
Moab.
I'm
You could
sure.
spend probably at
Did you do
least
some hiking?
3 days at Mesa
Mesa
Verde.
Verde.
We were way too rushed, so then it was stressful because it was like I felt like we didn't get to experience what I wanted to experience because we were so rushed. It was an amazing trip. We had so much fun. Judy and Glenn came with us, so that was really awesome to have like a trip with the
They got to spend a lot of time with the
Right,
grandkids.
That's good.
And so we stayed at KOAs, which KOAs are awesome. If you
We
haven't
love
stayed at a
KOAs.
KOAs are amazing.
So it's like
I don't know
And
anything about the Fifth Wheel life.
Well, no, they have they have
campers.
No, they have
Cabins.
cabins.
Oh,
So Mom and Glenn stayed in the cabin every night, and they had bunk beds. The minute we pulled up, the kids were like, "We're going to sleep with Grandma and Grandpa," and took off. And we were
so
like,
when he
"Hell
says bunk
yeah."
beds,
Right.
You know.
so
Wow,
Judy
chicken
and
wow
Glenn,
wow.
Judy and
They
Glenn
had
had
bunk
like a
beds.
queen size bed, like a kitchenette, a
And a
bathroom,
cabinet, a little
and
cabinet.
then
Yes.
and then the doors closed, and
How do you
behind the closed
reserve
doors
that?
was bunk beds.
And it was $50 more than our spot.
$50 more.
We spent more than that in gas pulling the trailer.
Right.
So it actually
So,
made us think about getting rid of our.
we're thinking about selling
getting
it.
rid of the camper because
And
of it.
when our friends do
Road
stay in
tripping with
KOAs.
KOAs.
and still
yeah.
I mean,
and
it's,
staying in the
it's
cabins.
cheaper. It's cheaper than staying in hotel rooms, and it gives you an outdoorsy feel because you're staying in a
And-
cabin.
Right.
So then it's like there's all these trails. They have all these fun things, fun activities for kids. Like so, there was one that had a go-kart racing, and every night, every couple of hours, they have different activities for the kids. And they
Very,
give you a schedule for the entire week.
very kid oriented.
So this
Very
is
kid
so
oriented.
I really want to start doing more family oriented things like with our kids.
Just couples. That's all.
I mean, I love doing
Sure.
a couple thing, but I
Yeah.
also like love having these memories with our kids.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like
It's
I
important.
feel like there's so many stressful times as a family where you're like yelling at your kids,
Yes.
or you're like scolding
Wait.
them, or you're like
Wait.
doing this. That like
that's
I
No,
want,
I know.
I
But
want
there's-
to have our memories
Stop
where
it.
like that we're like, oh my god, they're so cute, or like, oh, they're playing so good, or like, oh, they're doing this together, and you know, like just having those types of experiences versus like, I feel like, you know, we're like constantly getting on them about like doing the right
There's
thing,
nothing more
whatever.
stressful than a vacation with your kids.
Ah!
On a road trip.
It depends on the type
On a
of
road
person
trip.
you are.
I believe that too.
I think it depends
we
on the type
had,
of
we
Okay.
had a hell of a time in Breckenridge. Holy
No.
shit.
Our kids, I don't think Jimmy even has any
You're
idea
right.
how blessed we are as parents.
I
We
do
have
not-
You have good
insanely
kids.
well-behaved
You
children.
have good kids. Damn it.
Insanely
The,
well.
the standard
Even
is
Lakota is like-
high, and they're not living up to it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
The
I keep my
sense of
standards high
wonder,
too.
Yeah.
when you see your kids'
Our kids-
sense of wonder when they see things, that you will definitely have that moment. So I have that moment a
So-
lot. He is a very selfish man.
Oh shit.
I enjoy my time.
He wants to go on a beach and drink and be
Well-
intoxicated the entire time and have
And
him
sex,
time
sex,
alone.
sex.
Yes.
Okay, but
I'm not 21.
listen,
Thank
listen.
you, Jesse. Oh my god.
No. Listen to me.
Listen, I'm still
We-
flexible as fuck, but
Listen to me.
I don't want to do it every night.
We had 3 major trips with them.
That's awesome.
The best trip we had, I would say, with the kids, where they were the most behaved, was when we did the Mesa Verde Grand Junction Moab Circle. They
Was the most
they,
behaved?
They were the most behaved. We didn't have any like arguments or anything. Like
What happened in South Dakota that I don't remember? The worst thing that happened was that Tucker jumped into the river with his phone. That was the worst thing. They were adorable. They were playing with frogs.
it was
There
a brand
frogs
new. It
jumping
was a
around.
brand new
really
iPhone.
cute.
Aw.
It was a brand new iPhone.
That
did-
broke
we-
your heart a little bit.
Listen, I've jumped in pools with my cell phone in my
He
hand.
jumped
so.
in the pool with his cell phone and it still works. It's fine.
We
Covers
learned
works too.
For
so
20 minutes.
that trip. We learned that
For
Coda's.
20 minutes? You're in
Yeah.
the water for 20
Yeah,
minutes?
and
I was in the
Cool,
water
at
for,
Breckenridge.
for 20 minutes, and my phone still
He's
works
like
to this day.
letting me
That
like
was
have a
probably
relaxing
10
time
weeks
in
ago.
like this little
Oh,
spa
really?
thing
Yeah.
that they have in Breckenridge. I'm like
That's
relaxing, and he's taking care of 3 kids, right? And
Yeah.
our kids are not easy. They're a toddler, 4 and 7. They're all super like crazy.
Yeah.
And
No,
so
no,
of
no,
course,
no, no.
oh yeah, they are.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so of course, like, I'm like, you know, in this all like trying to relax, but it's hard to relax because, you know, like he's with them and they're like, he's probably like losing his
Oh
shit.
my god,
you
you're
know?
so sweet. I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't think twice.
She would have left me hanging.
I'd have moved on with my life.
I'd have been like, your mom
"This is
said
the
she was
best 2
coming
hours
back."
of my life.
Yeah.
I'd have been at the bar taking shots by
Yeah, but
myself.
I get back and I'm like, how'd it go? And he's like, well, my phone. This was about 20
Oh my
minutes in the
Scared the hell out
pool
of me.
with it.
It was a pretty new phone, but
Yeah.
here we
That
are.
happened to me when we all went to Mexico
Which was good.
for Mom and Glenn's wedding.
Uh-huh.
I have the iPhone 7.
Okay.
I had it in my
You
pocket.
should have an Android.
Jumped into the pool. Jumped into the pool. Was in there for like 10, 15 minutes. Realized it was in my pocket. And I was like, oh shit. And it was right at the
remember
point.
this.
It was right at the verge, remember, of when they were starting to come out with iPhones that were waterproof. And I didn't know if mine was one of them. So I looked it up and they said that the iPhone 7 is waterproof for up to 30 minutes in 10 meters of water.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, like,
Right.
so happy.
And your phone,
So lucky. It's the same one that's
you
recording us
never
right
even
now.
told me that.
It was the same one that's
I
recording
know
us
why
right
you
now.
didn't tell me that.
So lucky.
You wouldn't be here today.
I wouldn't be here today.
yeah.
Yeah, to explain any of this.
Oh my god.
Oh,
So
man.
speaking of this Mexico trip that you were just talking about,
Yes.
can we talk about when we first arrived in Puerto Vallarta?
Yes, we had the
Oh
best
my
experience
gosh, yeah.
that anybody could have in Mexico.
This
So
is the damn truth.
we went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and Coda was what,
Had a
7
6
months?
He was 6 months.
6-month-old baby.
Yeah.
So my parents were getting married. They were renewing their wedding vows for their 25th anniversary.
Yes.
Their 25th anniversary. And we forgot his baby bag in the taxi that took us from the airport to the resort, which was 40 minutes away.
Was it 40 minutes about?
It
I
was
thought it was
probably.
more like 30.
I'd say
I thought
like
it was pretty
25.
close. It was close.
Doesn't matter.
We forgot his
We're away
diaper.
from the airport.
We forgot his diaper bag
You forgot it?
And my breast pump.
in the car.
And my breast pump because I was breastfeeding.
No, they brought it to Mexico.
We
It was
brought it.
In
in
the
the
van
car.
that was taking us to our
Oh
hotel.
shit! So
So
you grabbed all the other bags except for the
Yes.
most important thing.
So
The one bag he was in charge of.
talk about ride or die, which is a continuous thing on this podcast.
Right or die.
Ride or die.
So I tell Jimmy,
Oh, you guys
Let's
get
go.
in the cab. We need to go back to the airport and find this diaper bag.
Oh yeah, I was.
Because
the
he
devil.
talked to the taxi guy that set up everything. Because he came an hour early.
That's right.
He took a different flight and came an hour earlier, so he was with Mike. And they were drinking and they talked to the cab. So we go back, me and him take a cab back, talk to the same guy.
He's like, "What are you doing here? I just sent
Yeah,
you
he
on a
goes, you
cab."
guys just left. And we were like, we need to get a diaper bag. We left it in the car. He makes one phone
One
call.
phone call.
He goes, he'll be back in 10 minutes. Shows up. We get the diaper bag, everything in full, which is crazy.
So crazy to get it back.
Thank God. I'm
So
telling
All the
you.
diapers,
We
all
so
the
Nothing,
stuff.
nothing messed with.
Thank God.
Then
so lucky.
Glenn starts texting us, bring cervezas back to the hotel.
He said, bring cervezas.
Multiples.
Right.
Multiple.
We said the same thing.
For groups of 13.
So we
There's
talked
like
to-
13 of us.
We talked to the same guy.
So that's right. So we talked to the same guy, but he's like, "I'm not going to send you on a taxi from here because it's going to be too expensive. I just did that. You need
Across
to
the
walk
street.
across the street, down the road, and over the bend to catch a taxi, right?"
Yes.
So we do. And we catch his taxi, and we
We-
ask the gentleman.
We need cervezas,
The
por
señor.
favor, please. We said, hey, we want to buy muchos cervezas, por favor. And he goes,
Mind you, Jimmy and I are very broken
And can't
Spanish.
speak any
yeah.
Spanish.
When we say muy
We sent
poquito,
the
it's
two
like
most
3
American
words.
motherfuckers there. Why did we not send Mike?
Yeah. the
Mike
one who can
speaks
speak.
fluent Spanish. The whitest guy with us speaks the best Spanish. It makes zero sense.
So,
we sent the two
This
white guys.
guy takes like what? Just like literally 3
Yeah.
turns. He goes a block.
This amigo goes. We are down a back alley somewhere all of a sudden.
The where the airport is in Puerto Vallarta is like the shadiest place
Yeah.
It
you
is
can
shady.
think of.
It is scary.
There's like stray dogs, little kids in diapers walking around with no parents to be found.
Yes.
You know, crazy shit.
We thought he took us to get murdered.
Totally, 100%. He stops in front of this place, and he goes, cervezas. And we're like, yeah, and he goes, see. And he points. This shop is empty.
You
So
have
me and
to
Jimmy
pull
get
the
out
picture
and walk
show
up.
it.
Literally empty. And there's a counter with glass underneath to show products that there's none of.
Right.
Shut up.
There's a fridge to the right to keep stuff cold, which nothing's in.
there.
There's 2 guys out front bullshitting with each other, and we're like, we're gonna get fucking robbed. What the hell's going
We're
on?
really gonna lose the diaper bag now.
Yeah, now we're really fucked. And then all of a sudden, this one guy comes out with 2 big ass styrofoam cups, sets them down. The dudes pay for them, and he takes them off. And the dude's selling micheladas right there.
So me and Jimmy go, micheladas!
So we're like, what do we do?
They took 2. They
Yeah.
came back with 2.
I would be so
And
mad.
all of us
So
were
no
outraged.
cervezas.
And they were
2 micheladas, which were the best, thing you've ever
the
had. in
best
your
ones I've ever had
the
in my
best
life.
thing that
They're
they
the
got in
best.
the entire trip.
The,
oh
you,
my
it was the
God. No, we
shadiest
ordered
place.
Micheladas
We
are
kept
so
ordering
fantastic.
them. None of
No.
them tasted as good
Yeah.
as the ones that these motherfuckers
They were
had.
Why
huge.
didn't you guys go around the corner?
We wanted to go
It
back.
was 20
It was
minutes
20 minutes away.
Oh.
And we couldn't find that place again.
No.
It was the shadiest place. We were like, we're gonna get robbed. Like, what the
Seriously thought I was a dead man.
fuck? Dude, like this guy's,
so
we're
good.
in sex.
Just get to Puerto Vallarta.
Look at this body. I
Yeah.
can't hold up in sex trafficking.
Oh,
Shit, you're a goner.
I'm gone.
Yeah, for sure.
I would have
Oh.
beat you.
Yeah.
On the black market, even.
All right. So on that note, we're gonna take a quick commercial break to refill our drinks.
oh.
Not
All right,
even
guys.
there.
All right, guys. We
This
are
is before
back.
me.
Sometimes
So-
it feels like you're there.
Since we're back, let's talk a little bit about what we're drinking. So Kirk tonight said he wanted to drink some whiskey.
Love me some whiskey.
So tonight we're drinking some Rebel Yell, some delicious whiskey. Very standard in taste, I would say. It's not anything that deter or like that goes
Like
off
it's
on the
smooth,
palate
just
or
a
anything.
tad smoky, and it's delicious.
Nothing too smoky, but it's very good. It tastes, I mean, pretty standard. That's what I was gonna say. It's very good.
I would
Very
recommend
good.
it to anybody who's interested in some whiskey drinking.
Yes, so we've taken some shots of that. Had some whiskey. He's having whiskey on the rocks right now. I've had one before the show, and me and Olivia are drinking some mules with some Costco vodka. You know the rumors about Costco vodka. You never know what it's made with, you know, but it's supposedly some top end stuff. So now that we're back, I want to change the direction a little bit. Now Olivia has a little bit of a medical background, so I had something happen to me today that I was really questioning about, and so let me lay it out there. So I get to I'm working today, and I get to my shop, and I hear that grumble. You know, the grumble where you're immediately the hair on the back of your neck stands up.
Is it like?
And you're like, oh my God. So I rush as fast
Sounds
as
like
I
somebody
can.
got green chili.
I rush as fast as I can, and I go into the toilet. And now the bathrooms there are very clean. Very clean.
Thank God.
Now,
Not for long.
I had
Not one of
I
those
had
Oreos
like
in there.
1 inch of hard and the rest was water. Okay? So, in saying that, what is it with the makeup of the fecal matter that sticks to you? Because when I left, I was like, I still kept
Oh
feeling
my God!
that I smelled it. Now, I've had this happen before, though. Most of them in porta shitters, where you walk into a porta shitter and
You
you
got
piss.
Poseidon's
He didn't
kiss?
wipe his ass, is what it
No,
sounds like to me.
I
You have
didn't-
to wipe until the toilet paper
No,
is clean.
I was clean.
No, you
I
guys-
was super clean. But if you go into a porta potty that is nasty in the middle of the summer and it's hot and sweaty
Oh,
in there.
God.
No, wait.
Okay.
And you just pee. You come out and you're like, did it stick to me? What is it that is so elastic and adhesive in
With
the
the smell?
Yeah.
It sounds like you got Poseidon's kiss.
No, nothing kissed. And even if Even if
Jimmy has had a Poseidon's kiss. Let's not let him lie. We should have too.
I mean,
At a porter potty.
even if
that's disgusting.
even if Poseidon jumped up and went, I still wiped away.
God.
I still wiped
Maybe
him
you got it on
away.
the small of your back.
Dude,
No, wait, stop. Okay, what sticks to you?
the smell.
Why does the smell stick to
That's
you?
what I'm
Why
asking.
does
That is my question.
why does fire smoke stick to you? Because
I
it's
don't
so
know.
potent. Your ass is fucking
No.
potent.
I'm saying
Your ass is rotten, and you got a rotten colon, motherfucker.
No.
And it's time to cleanse that shit.
But what I'm
It's time for
saying
a
is,
Get a colonic, get something to fucking set your ass straight.
My
'cause
question
something's
is-
wrong.
not just me though. If I go to a
No,
porta
no,
potty,
no.
if I go to a porta
Hold
potty,
up.
That was the sick motherfucker right before you.
yeah, something. I'm asking what it is that
There's
adheres to
something
the
wrong
cotton
with
in the clothing or something
Cotton
that
and
causes the
fabric
smell.
can be kind of elastic or can be absorbent, right?
Yeah.
So maybe
Porous, maybe?
porous.
Is that the term? Okay.
Porous, yes. So sometimes that could be it. And I can't give you any biological medical description of
Please,
why
go
your
into it.
shit fucking sticks to you.
No, it's not the shit itself.
Sometimes
It's the
it comes
smell.
out of his mouth though. Like he stinks.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
Jesse.
it's terrible. He literally, like when he starts rumbling in his stomach, it's oozing out of him that way. But then he starts burping, and it literally smells like shit.
You
is
know what?
coming
No.
out of his
You know
mouth.
what, Jimmy? You know what? Have you ever thought that you may have some sort of allergy?
I think he has allergies too.
Gluten can do that to you. Gluten can really fuck you up.
So that's what a friend said. We went to the Friendsgiving, which we brought up on another podcast, and I was on almost a carnivore diet with very small carbs and greens. And then we went to this diet, and we went to the Friendsgiving, and I really just embellished,
Of course.
and I could not stop farting. And everybody was like, "You are allergic to gluten or something."
It was
Yeah.
terrible. The
Yeah.
entire house reeked. Jimmy.
It was not.
jacked
They were
up a
$5 loud, but they did
million
not smell. They
house.
did not smell. She was
It was-
loud.
And
She
then
was
it went
embellishing.
into the walls, motherfucker.
It
That
was
shit
wrapped.
fucking went into the walls.
But the question
It
is,
stains his clothing.
I'm
You
just
can't
kidding.
even
we
wash
need,
it
we
out.
need to speak to professionals here about why that odor adheres to things. Because, like I said,
List
you can
your
go into a
comments.
porta potty. You can
For
go
the
into.
record, I've not had this experience.
You've never gone into a porta potty. Like when we played volleyball,
Okay.
and that shitty ass porta potty in the middle of
Shitty.
June, full. Like if you sat down, you and sit on a little bit of something.
Oh my goodness.
That thing was full.
Why were you even using it?
No, because you could pee still. So when
bad.
you would go in there and pee, and you would come out and be like, oh, God damn it, it smelled like it, right? Don't lie to
Wow.
me. You know damn well.
You know damn well.
You know, there's some things you just ignore in life.
I'm pointing out the ignored things right now.
Jesse's like,
I think that maybe
Yeah.
we just need to clean out your closet and start over.
I'm not saying I still smell. It dissipates over time.
I would hope so.
But
You wash it.
isn't
more.
Those
it the
Tide
same
Pods
shirt
that
you
you guys
wore?
are using
To
are-
work.
To work?
But earlier today, it smelled like poo poo.
Does it smell like poo poo now?
No. Right?
I think there's at least two people here would disagree.
Whatever.
That's not fecal matter. That's just
Man,
Jimmy.
man
sweat.
smell.
Man
It's-
smell. Jimmy,
it's my
so
musk.
his meat,
It's man muscle.
this meat diet carnival
Oh, I
stuff is
bet.
making him ratchet as fuck. I've been married to
Oh, I
him for
bet.
10 years.
No.
And he has
I'm
never
sure.
had this smell.
It's the garlic I put on.
This last year of his life, he's been the stenchiest man I've ever smelled in my life.
Sure.
It's terrible.
Old Spice can't cover that.
Can you please have a regular diet?
Just like a normal person.
Me?
Like, just start eating
Not
portion
only
control.
I did small amount of
Portion,
vegetables.
I think if he started going
You-
with portion control,
You
he
still
could eat
do you
like a
still do
normal
endless
human.
shrimp?
I will do some endless shrimp.
It just ended 2 weeks ago. We missed
Those shrimp in the sea cower when I go in the water.
You're like, oh fuck. it
Yes.
has to be-
it. This
They
is the,
shake.
this is
2
the
hour
legend we've
They're
been
like,
told
oh,
about.
Right.
he's
right.
back.
So terrible.
He's back. Oh shit, that's bad. Well, good. That was a great question, Jimmy. And you know what? My answer to that is, I don't really know.
Go to a doctor.
Yeah, go. I mean, I am not a doctor, and I probably never will be.
So
Thank
with
you.
your medical
Thank you
training,
for trusting me.
I've been trying to get her
Just
to
floss more.
That's my always.
Yeah. Just floss more. Speaking of, okay.
I'm an orthodontic assistant. I'm not a doctor. I'm not never gonna
So
be a doctor.
speaking of flossing more,
I shrink teeth. That's it.
speaking of flossing more, when I get out of the shower, I give myself a good floss, and I've been trying to talk her in. I've been trying to talk her into eating my scrub, and
my god! This is real life. He's not even lying.
she
He really
is
trying.
totally against it, and I'm totally cleaning down there.
Disgusting.
You said floss.
Oh, okay. Eating like your taint, like your asshole.
He wants me to
The
suck
asshole.
on his taint, and he wants me to lick
Just
his
like a
asshole.
little.
Oh.
He wants me
Tongue
to start
punch my
after-
fart box. Tongue punch my fart box.
Wow.
After the shower.
After
No.
the shower.
It's
You're-
not just after the shower.
Okay.
He wants me to do it any time of
No,
the day.
Jimmy.
Have you
no.
ever seen him?
I use man wipes or whatever
No,
and
you
clean
don't.
that thing.
He
Dude
does
wipes.
not. He's lying.
Dude wipes. I use dude
You
wipes.
do where? Go get them. Go get these dude wipes. that
I am
exist.
currently out of them.
You've been currently out of them for 9-10
For your-
years.
Yeah, for your.
Okay, he's lying. Not
Dude
to
wipes.
mention, he has, like a
Who has dude
traditional
wipes?
man hairy
Really?
ass. Like so much hair. Like
Oh, God.
so much hair down there. It's like he has dingleberries for
No,
sure.
I make sure I clean, but if I do doo-doo, it's...
Jimmy, trim that shit.
No.
There
If I,
shouldn't be
You want
any
to
hair
trim
down
that
there.
shit.
if I do
Or
doo-doo,
you to trim
it is like peanut butter out of a shed carpet.
That's disgusting, and I would
And then
never.
he's like-
I got a shower after.
And then he goes, "Will you lick my butthole?" And I say, "Can I stick my finger in your butthole?" And
No.
if my finger can't go in there, my tongue.
These
can't
these
either.
are
Hell
sharpened
fucking
daggers.
no.
These
I'm
are
sorry.
sharpened daggers. She'll cut a jugular. There's veins
They're
down there.
softer
I will
than
bleed
this.
to
You
death.
deserve that.
I could bleed to death.
No, you said yourself that my real nails are sharper than these. You like my acrylics. Don't lie.
On
You
my
just don't
back?
like how long they are.
When they itch my back, not
He
my
said-
butthole.
For the
Oh,
record,
God.
I want to say this one more time on this. He said tongue punch.
My
fart
fart
box. Yeah. He
That's
wants me to
fantastic.
tongue punch. Babe,
My
Don't-
shirt should say that with an ass
Tongue punch
and
my
a
fart
tongue.
box.
Like this something.
With
That's
a
shirt.
with
That's
a tongue
shirt.
wearing a glove. We can make
you
a
know,
shirt.
we need to get
That will
Olivia's
be
ass on a copy machine.
that can be
and
our
your
first
tongue
shirt.
fart boxing.
No. That
This is a great idea.
No.
This
Not
is
a
the
good
best
idea.
shirt idea ever.
Yeah.
we got a tongue coming out of a mouth with a glove, hitting a box that's exploding, and just
This
boom,
is it.
and it's tongue punch my fart
Metaphorical.
box. Yes.
Yes, I do.
I'm
like
not sure
this.
though. My tongue could come out with the velocity that you're
Project.
talking about.
Yeah.
The requisite velocity to
Oh, it can.
tongue punch. a fart box. Oh.
Yeah, it's not a speed thing. It's it's a technique thing.
Oh.
So
I'm not into
Anyway.
tongue farting anybody's box.
Tongue punching?
Tongue punching. Tongue farting.
No, girl.
Tongue punch farting.
What is wrong with
his
you?
fart box.
Nobody is tongue farting your punch
It's
box.
He just
Something
talked
I
about
like
how
to
his
try.
body is oozing out
Hey, Yoda.
stench. He's like
No,
talking about my
you said I
body is
oozed.
oozing out stench, but I would really like you to tongue punch my bum. What?
The
No.
the premise here is though you're a little freak.
And so are you.
oh, don't get me started on her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I've
I don't
taught
know.
him a thing or two.
you know,
I've taught a lot of people a thing
yeah,
or two.
I've heard a thing or
Wait,
two.
that came out so wrong. Like,
Really?
not
Hey.
several men,
Can we
but
talk
several
about-
family members.
No.
Can we
That's-
talk
I
about
teach my friends
Can we talk
things.
about
I
something
share
that
things
I
to
was
make
like-
you successful.
Why don't you explain to the camera?
No, can I please explain to the camera?
Yes.
Jessie's infatuations or her sexual desires.
Oh, God.
Her prowess.
Yes. Her favorite thing is
Oh.
when you wrap her underwear around her neck and
Yes.
do her from behind.
Oh, my God. My mother.
And ride her like Seabiscuit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. She loves it.
Oh, my God.
What's
Keep,
an-
You
keep
know,
clapping.
Nip Tuck
Why?
taught us some stuff, okay?
Yeah. Some autoroasphyxiation. Is that what that's called? I think it's called Is it autoroasphyxiation?
I don't know.
But then after you said
The
that,
best
I was
thing I would.
after
the
these
only
cocktails
thing I
that
would
we just
say
endorsed,
is that I am
we
not
might
a
try
dead
this
fish.
Yeah.
There are so many dead fish in the sea. Like,
yes.
there are so many
And you know
dead
what?
fish.
I
I'm
love
just
that.
not a
And I think that
floppy
it's
dead
that is
fish.
the sex is super important in a relationship, and you gotta have those fucking times where you just tell the world like, I love it when my man wraps my underwear around my neck and rides me like a fucking horse. Yes. I didn't think that was my terminology. It wasn't. It wasn't, but it was close. It was
They
close.
were used panties.
By the
Jimmy,
way,
What?
They weren't clean,
No,
duh.
I didn't go get them from the drawer and wrap them around. That's not sexy.
Hang on, disclaimer: this podcast just got X-rated
It
or
did get
NC-17.
Yes.
Those
MA,
viewers out
wild
there.
change.
MATV, yeah. For mature audiences
And
only.
so I think we have to go backwards because it wasn't my underwear around my neck. It was my underwear around his neck is what happened.
Oh, was that
She
it?
was well. She was riding.
Maybe I misunderstood that.
Yeah.
No.
So you were riding him.
We've done
We
both.
took yeah, so that has happened, but with it originated from me choking him with my underwear.
After an
He
episode
lost
of
his mind.
after an episode of Nip Tuck.
After an episode of Nicked Up.
I've seen too much ID channel. I don't want anything around my neck.
I do.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to kill you.
I asked
But you
her.
might kill me.
I asked her if I can throw. I asked her if I can take my underwear and put them in her mouth, and she was like, "I'm not putting your underwear in my mouth."
No.
I don't know what the difference is. She put her underwear in my mouth. Why can't I put my
You
underwear
don't
in my
like good
mouth?
enough. You just said that.
I taste
Hey.
good.
Have you
Like
smelled?
the cranberry said, you
would
have
go
to
with
let
your
it
underwear
linger.
'cause you're very clean.
But you have to. But you have to let it linger.
I think Jimmy's actually a clean man. He takes like
Have
2
you-
showers a day.
have you
His problem
smelled
is that
ball
he
sweat?
just has a weird scent lately. I know it's his diet. It's definitely like your diet has everything to do with your scents.
Right.
And Jimmy's diet's fucking horrid. It's
I
just
don't know. I
so
can't really
bad.
complain about Kirk like that. You're
No,
like not.
Kirk has the softest hands I've ever felt in my life.
He's not
They're
like
very-
stinky.
they're very
He's
nice.
not stinky.
When his hands
Oh,
are
man.
softer than mine.
That tickles me
I'm
in
like-
a place that no one else can.
Exactly.
I have nothing to say.
These cameras can't see what's happening on the
Yeah.
Oh shit. Way to be worried.
Do we need to be worried? Right.
So, earlier before the podcast, we established you guys have not seen the Joker yet.
Yes, I'm glad you're bringing this up. Please.
What happened?
And you were saying how frustrated you were with it. With the whole concept of another Joker.
I just feel like this villain is very much in the same vein as like a Darth Vader, right? He's a very iconic villain. And
He's gonna stay. He's gonna be there throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
In different ways.
But you know, the thing you don't get with Darth Vader is Darth Vader's Darth Vader, and that's all there is Darth Vader, right? Like there's one Darth Vader.
Right.
But because comic books, for whatever reason, and people keep getting a hold of these things, is they want to reinvent the wheel with this character.
He's not just one
Wait,
Joker.
but I do
Right,
know.
it's
He's
always
like
some
tons
version
different
of
version.
this.
Alright.
I do
character.
think Joaquin Phoenix did a good job of almost reverting back to the way Heath Ledger did it.
I think Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix were the same Joker.
Yes.
Yes, but I,
I mean,
do
but how
think.
could you guys forget about Jack Nicholson then?
Jack Nicholson was my favorite one.
But
because
he's so much older.
traditional.
I can see them eventually getting to him in a
I think
timeline.
that was. I think so. This first one is the origin story.
But as
it's
far as-
why he became
Yes,
this
it is
way.
100%.
I think Jimmy's right.
I
I,
like
think
things
it's
like
going
that.
to lead to that. I think it will lead to who Jack Nicholson.
But the other
Right,
fucking
Jack
guy
Nicholson was.
in Suicide Squad, what the hell's his name?
Oh,
Jared
that's the
Leto.
worst one.
Which I
Hey,
love Jared Leto.
I like Jared Leto. I like.
He was
Jared
the
Leto.
worst Joker.
I
That
don't
wasn't
love Jared
really a
Leto.
Joker,
I
though.
like
he
Jared.
wasn't really a
Okay.
Joker.
He wasn't really joking. Suicide Squad was not really.
It wasn't a movie about the Joker,
Right.
But he was the Joker in
He
that,
was
and
makeup.
that was terrible.
But he
Making him a
wasn't really the
gangster
Joker.
Joker,
But see,
that killed me.
I
killed
loved
me
Suicide
inside.
Squad. I loved
The movie
all
itself.
The characters.
I like Suicide
So,
Squad.
but I
I-
didn't really feel like he played the character of the Joker in Suicide Squad. I feel like he played, you know, as far as makeup and dress goes, like he
The
kind of
character
looked
of
like.
the Joker.
But he didn't. He wasn't like.
too flamboyant.
He wasn't really the Joker.
I think his
I don't know, maybe
his
you're
portrayal in his
making-
mind was different than what the other three I think are going on the same path.
But see, you guys, you take those, and then they've got animations, right, of a version of the Joker.
Which
And
those
then
are
the video
those.
games start putting him in there.
Yes, which I'm not
There's
a
all
big.
these depictions of the Joker, and it's like I really just like one version of it.
If we can keep him on the same level.
Right, and it's like this very sick, demented character that sometimes it gets depicted as maybe not so sick and not so demented, which drives me nuts as a.
Which-
I'm a fan of the villains for anybody who doesn't know, but it's he gets too cute, like you're saying with the Jared Leto character.
Yeah. They
So to
win in
throw
a little
another
niche.
Joker in, have you been watching Gotham?
No.
I have not.
Okay, so I love Gotham. Jimmy thinks it's the dumbest thing on earth, which I think a lot of people do. It's not very popular.
I was gonna say it is.
However, you guys know the guy from Shameless, the redheaded
Ian.
brother.
Yes.
Ian.
Yeah.
Ian.
Yes.
He
He's
plays
the
the
Joker.
Joker,
No
and he's
kidding.
fucking amazing.
We might have to watch that.
He is so creepy.
Maybe.
I'm not kidding. I got the fucking chills when he showed up
Really?
because he shows up without the makeup. He shows up as a regular man, Looney Tune, and does this smile. He looks up and he does this smile. I got the freaking chills. I was like,
That made the children
and that was
talking
the first
about it.
time I
Yes,
got the
I like
chills
this.
since I saw
Yes.
Jack Nicholson. It was
Yeah.
the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
It literally gave me the chills. And I think when a Joker touches you that way, you accept him immediately in a completely different way. I was
Agreed.
like, you are fucking legit. Like, I was so excited to see him as the Joker because I would have never in a million years pictured him as like a villain-ish. I mean, I know he's like naughty or whatever and shameless, but it's like a completely different. Like, he's very talented.
Yes,
Very,
that's what I'm talking
the
about.
range of that actor is phenomenal. What is his name?
I don't know his name as an actor, but he in
Oh,
in Shameless he's very good.
He's great.
And what I've seen in him in Gotham, he was good. But again,
Gotham is a hard.
it's
it is
very
hard to
it's a
show,
very
watch.
embellished. It almost takes you back to the original Batman's with
with Ice. With what's his name?
with the very theatrical
I see.
bad guys
it's
and
very.
stuff. You know what I mean?
It's so close, borderline like Broadway type acting.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Is how I would
So
say.
it
And
reminds me
if
of
you
the
don't
older
like that,
Batmans
it's very
where
dramatic.
Gotham's real crazy and flamboyant with Joker, you know.
The Penguin is the
followers
main
and-
character. The Penguin is the main character, and he's this really nerdy dude, like super nerdy, who always has this limp, but he's always ending up out on top. And you're like, why is he
Interesting.
so successful? Like, so you know, the Penguin wasn't that big of a huge deal. Like, he wasn't so.
Right.
They never made him so successful at being the villain. He is the main villain. Like, he's the boss man. He becomes the mayor. He becomes like all this stuff that you're like,
Yeah.
this man, you can't fucking kill him. He keeps trying to, like, people keep trying to kill him, and this man does
That
not
character,
die. It's crazy.
that character does him justice more than I think.
So can we switch to the
Mandalorian?
hero? No, just the
Oh,
hero
shit.
in this.
That's okay.
Who's your favorite Batman?
My favorite Batman?
Christian Bale.
Oh,
Wow.
I couldn't.
That was fast.
He's so
Yeah.
handsome and so sexy. He did a terrible. His fake Batman voice
Oh,
was
Batman.
fucking killing me.
What? Did you say
Shut
Ray?
up.
Okay. What is?
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Batman.
Put the sexiness away.
What?
Because
Yeah.
some people
Val Kilmer?
George Clooney?
overdo the Batman voice.
I like
George
Michael
Clooney
Keaton.
has a deep voice. Like, his voice
Natural.
is naturally deep. He fit that role.
You're right. Christian Bale, he tried.
He tried
That
too
deep
hard.
voice.
It
He
was
tried.
so obvious that it wasn't a real voice. I'm not into that. I don't
Ben
like that
Affleck?
at all.
No,
Yes!
no,
I
no.
hate Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck is a terrible actor.
He is a terrible actor.
Terrible actor.
So
I don't think so.
Do you know what? I got ruined
You're
because
from
he was
Vermont.
so terrible.
No,
with Jennifer Lopez.
I'm from the town of Vermont, Jimmy.
Yeah. This movie
You
just
would
came out
like
like a year
Ben
ago.
Affleck.
No, no,
it doesn't take much.
You would
like
Yeah.
no.
But so
We got Robert Pattinson. You know the what's
Yeah, Twilight.
the Twilight character himself gonna come play Batman.
No.
God damn
Yes, that's happening.
It's really
God
happening.
damn
That's
it.
happening.
He's the next character.
I'm not gonna diss it till I see it. I want to see it first.
I just feel like there's been so many damn Batmans. I don't know. I
I
kind
wish
of
they'd
like
stop
when I
playing
grew
them.
up that it just was Michael Keaton.
I was gonna say.
I like Michael Keaton. the
Michael
best.
Keaton.
He's the one
I
with
liked
curly
Mike.
hair, right?
Michael Keaton
hair
was the
is
first one. He
naturally
was from
curly.
the first
Batman.
one with Jack Nicholson.
Yes, yes.
So I actually do love him, but
Yeah.
it's because you know what the problem is because he's an original for us. We grew up with him. If
Probably
we grew
got
up
some
with some
sort
of
of-
thwith these other ones, I think that
Yeah.
we're
I mean,
older.
we
than
grew up
Olivia,
with Val
so,
Kilmer.
Like it makes more sense that
We
you.
grew up.
Oh.
You're not that much older than me.
We grew up with
You
Val.
aren't.
We're like 6 years older than
No,
you.
you're not. I'm 28.
Oh, I thought you were 26.
I was 26 when you met me.
Well,
That was
Yeah.
Yes.
You've been here for 2
I'm
years.
28.
She doesn't age.
I do.
No, I'm just saying, I think...
Wait, can we go backwards for the fact that like they wouldn't even be together if it wasn't for us?
And that's so true. That is
Like-
completely true.
Because Jimmy, if it wasn't for
Well-
Jimmy, they wouldn't have met. Period.
Well,
Oh.
maybe Jimmy, but maybe also my friend Kelly. But also Jimmy had a huge role in it.
Jimmy had a huge role. I was watching from the distance.
Just-
Were you?
wait, wait,
I
wait.
watched everything. Are you kidding?
She is
This
like a hawk.
my man. I watched that motherfucker like a
I
hawk.
didn't know that.
I'm like, I watched them talk to you. I watched the awkwardness of like them building up to talk to you.
That was in line by myself.
So real quick,
I know.
Kelly got her to the show, so yes.
That was
Okay.
about called.
Ticket.
Kirk, explain the story.
Oh,
Kirk?
Kirk explained the story.
Yeah, tell me, baby.
Well, so Third Eye Blind, one of my favorite bands, was playing in Vale.
Let's start a little bit back from that.
Oh, really?
Where were you at before going to that concert?
Oh, I
And
was
stuff like
single and mingling.
Okay.
Trying to find.
Mingling.
Yes.
I'm just coming off a divorce, couple years maybe, whatever.
A couple years.
Doesn't matter.
Couple years.
Single and mingling. Third Eye Blind's playing a concert in Vale, Colorado, right? If you haven't had a chance to go see this venue.
It was amazing, Vale.
Ford venue,
Amazing.
whatever. So we go to the show. Credit Kelly to getting her friend Olivia there because she wasn't so much a Third Eye Blind fan as I am. And
We're not big friends.
and they're not either,
We
but
were not,
Except for
but
him.
We were friends. We're really good friends.
but
with
I
Kirk,
would
so.
I'd loved
And
for
Brandon.
these guys to come.
And
Brandon wasn't there, right?
No, it's
Brandon
Billy.
wasn't there, but Billy came. My best
Yes.
friend Billy, one of
Billy-
my best friends Billy.
Bill is the man.
Anyway, we go to the show. I wasn't necessarily looking for anybody that night because I wanted to see Third Eye Blind. We were in Vale, and it was
Yes.
what it was.
Saw that.
And I'll let you take over.
From
So at that point,
so we go
Jimmy.
get a beer, right?
I know he's looking. We went
I
to
wasn't.
dinner that.
You weren't.
He was.
No. Kirk is always looking. It was at the point when you're hanging out with a single person that
Isn't looking ever.
that every time they're constantly looking. Even when they're like, I just want to go out, man. I don't care about looking for girls. They go out and look for girls. He was at that point.
Okay, subconsciously I was.
So we all got an Airbnb together. Me, you, Bill, Jess.
Mm-hmm.
We all got an Airbnb together, and we had some cocktails before we go to dinner. I noticed he's already like looking around, scoping the prowess.
Right.
And we go to the concert.
Keep your eye to it.
We
right?
go to the
Yeah.
concert. We have some
Very
drinks.
normal. Very natural.
Now we start running dry, and at this point, I'm like, dude, let's go get some drinks. Jess, I think you just wanted Red Bull at that point, and
I don't know.
yeah, it was like we're gonna grab a beer, maybe a shot.
I'm always the DD. Always. It never fails because I want to live. So I just trust myself. So
And I think,
I was not drinking.
and we thank her for
I
that.
just really want to live.
So we get in line, and Olivia's right in front of us. Now I look at no right in
I
front
think
of us.
there was two lines.
There
and
was
I
two lines, and she was aligned diagonal.
Yes.
She was
Behind.
closest to the
I
wall.
was-
She was
Oh,
the left lane. You guys were the
Hold
right
on,
lane.
you weren't there.
I was watching the
You
whole
weren't there.
thing.
She's a hawk.
I didn't know this.
I was watching the whole
I
thing.
remember.
Hold on,
too. I
hold on.
remember
No one was behind you,
No.
and we didn't know that there was two lines.
There's two lines.
And we were like, excuse me, is this another line? And I think you were like, yeah. And we came over, and then that's when I'm looking at Kirk and looking at you.
And Kirk was nervous
And
as
looking at
fuck,
Kirk
and Jimmy
and
was the
looking
only
at
one
you.
talking to Olivia at first.
Yeah, he was.
I was
And I
watching.
was, and I was like, hey, how's it going?
I know.
I was like, I want to introduce you to my buddy Kirk
Yeah.
right away. And then Kirk's
Kirk
like,
was
hey,
so
what's...
nervous. I know Kirk very well. So Kirk was he was totally into it, but he was like nervous. He didn't know how to start the conversation. So he's stepping forward, he's stepping back, he's stepping forward, he's
That's
stepping
what
back,
he
he's
does.
stepping forward,
That's
he's
what he
stepping
does when
That's
he's
how
nervous.
you know when he's
That's
nervous.
completely what he does when he's
So-
nervous.
And
He
Jimmy hits
sidesteps.
on anything with a vagina, so he had
I was doing it for my friend. I was doing it for my
God bless
friend.
you.
I was like, is he hitting on me? Or?
You did, yeah.
So I was like, hey, how's it going? I'm Jimmy. This is my buddy Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk. And then she was like, I'm Olivia. And I was like, okay, Kirk and Olivia.
That's the story.
And then he's like, hey, can I buy you a shot? And she was like,
That had
yeah.
me. He had me at, can I buy you a shot?
So
Russ is this
I basically bought my beer and walked away. And they went and had their little shot. And then he's like,
You
I'm gonna.
totally lingered, you liar.
And then he's like, well, because I'm like waiting for him. I didn't know what was going on. And he's like, hey, I'm talking to her. We're going to go back and hang out with her friends for a little minute. I'll call you later. And I was like, cool. And then you went back with her friends. And then, yeah. Or did you come with us?
No, I went with you.
You went with her. He went with
He
you
went
first.
with you for a while.
Yeah.
Because then Jimmy came up and was like trying to tell me a story, and I was like, you don't have to tell me. I'll watch the whole fucking thing. Like,
She's like, whatever. You were hitting on that girl.
yeah.
And I was like, no.
I was like, how about you let Kirk hit on his own girl? Like, calm down.
Well, the thing that attracted me most to Kirk was that he was himself the entire time. You weren't like trying to put on any. You were just like, you know, like
He was very genuine.
very super genuine and just like went with the flow. Like he wasn't like, you're so beautiful. Like, can I get your number?
No,
Like,
he was like,
wasn't
hey,
like,
how's
you're
it
so
going?
hot. Like, da da da. Like a lot of guys are just like so forward, and Kirk was just like, so what do you do for work? Like, we really like, oh, you live in Denver? Like, oh, cool. Like just like so natural that it was like, I want to be like I want to talk to you. Like, I want to just talk to you. You know, it wasn't like a lot of guys, like, especially I was 26, and like, I was literally at that concert saying, fuck every dude with a penis. Fuck them. I hate them. I can't even.
She literally was saying, fuck every dude with a penis.
No, I wasn't. No.
You heard it from her first. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I was just like pissed off at the fucking male generation, and yeah. But then I met Kirk, and he came through, and he was just like so like just genuine and nice, and then he goes at the end of the week, so we ended up hanging out and going back to his
So
Airbnb.
we hang out the rest of the concert. I didn't see
Yeah.
these guys the rest of the show.
He left us like dust in the
But we
wind.
did go hang out at the Airbnb, and and we're hanging out, and he's just like, I just want to hold you. I don't want to have sex. I just want to. I want to hold you.
Until she falls asleep and then
That sounds so nice. Like, I'm just like so cheesy, right? Like Jesse's like, I'm like this dumb 26-year-old. Like,
No.
exactly. Jesse's like this.
I wasn't having it. I was like, I can't even watch this shit happen. I'm going to bed.
Oh, I was so dumb. I was so young, so stupid, like so like just fucking gone with the wind, honestly. And then I was like, yeah, I'll let you hold me. and
Holding led
holding led
to
to spooning led to forking, and forking led to
it's the path to the dark side.
Yeah.
yeah.
Forking leads to the dark side.
Kirk knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly.
He
what
played
he
it
was
slow. He slow played you.
Yeah.
He slow played you.
doing. And it worked. So.
And then what happened? No, the next morning something crazy happened.
Oh yeah.
We had to be out there stupid early. It was like
We
checkout was like
left.
9 a.m.
So nice. You guys.
Checkout was like 9 a.m.
I remember Jesse's
early.
like, I took the trash out to clean the whole place.
Yeah,
All you
what
gotta do
the
is
fuck,
leave,
Jess?
motherfuckers.
Well, because if the shit's not done, they'll charge you an arm
Yeah,
and a leg. So I was like,
you did everything.
I did everything. I
You
got up,
seriously
I
did.
cleaned the entire freaking place spotless,
I
and I was
know. That was so
like, you guys
nice.
just gotta get the fuck out of here.
And I
Like,
and I literally I was so drunk the night before I wake up, and I'm like, where am I?
Oh god.
Explain it again.
Wait, tell us that part again.
Yeah.
I literally woke up like, fuck, I'm so fucking hungover. Like, where the fuck am I? Where's, like, I honestly, I blacked out. And if I'm a
Browned out.
Whatever,
Browned
grayed
out?
out. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. But anyway, I woke up and was like, okay, here I am. Good thing my car's still here.
So if anybody knows
Because I was a
Kirk,
party girl. I
I
was like, I didn't give a shit about anything back then, you know?
I had hooch for our coffee, right? So some
yeah.
some Brendans for the coffee from
Yeah.
this morning.
Yeah.
The next morning was
God knows you need to
Hair of the dog.
hang on
Use the
instead of
hair of
hang
the dog
over.
kind of
Yes. Hang on for sure.
So I wanted to hang on and convince her to hang on. We go to go to breakfast, order Bloody Marys, right? And we have those, and we part ways. I thought we had a great night.
I thought I'd
We had
never
a
hear
great
from him
morning.
again.
But did you,
I
did you
kinda
guys
thought
didn't
the
get
same
each other's
thing.
numbers, or you did? Right,
We
you
did.
You did. Okay.
But I thought I'd never hear from him again.
She never
because-
saved his name.
Because I thought guys were just like pieces of shit no matter
Yeah,
what.
got what I wanted. Moving on.
Yeah, I just thought like I'd never hear from him again.
But as
No.
fate would have it, her car breaks down, and she called on me.
Shit.
What made you call him?
Of all the people.
Out of all the damn people, why'd you
Who
call
the
me?
fuck else am I gonna call? There's
But
nobody
you
else
had
behind
friends
me.
that
You
lived
know,
up there,
honestly,
right?
here's the true goddamn truth.
I knew he
She
was
knew-
half an hour behind me.
Yes.
And I knew he was a half an hour behind me, so I knew
You
he
could
could
call
swoop
nobody
me
else.
up and brought me back to Denver. And
I was a ride.
guess
She rode me.
what? I rode his ass until 9 o'clock at night. Oh, this is the morning, right?
Yeah.
And well, maybe 6, whatever. But anyway, what happened was they towed me off the side of the road, and I was on my insurance, so it was like they couldn't get me until like 3 hours from then. My car.
Oh
3
my
hours
gosh,
from then.
yeah.
And so I'm like, Kirk, seriously, you do not have to wait for me. Like, you don't even know me. Like, and then the like knight in training armor moment was like when he's like, I'm not leaving you on the side of the road.
Who leaves
Yeah,
a
nobody-
girl on the side of the
So
road?
You'd hope
I've
that
known this
he
guy
was
for a
like-
long time, and he's always been a gentleman.
Yeah.
I was
Thank
like,
you.
You know what I mean? I've known this guy for a
Cheers
long
to that.
time.
Literally, I was
He's
like-
always been
I
a
was like,
gentleman.
oh.
Yeah, Jimmy would have left your ass there.
Dude, any
I would have been like, you know, I would have been like, hey,
any guy, any
stay
guy.
here. I'll be back.
He's not even kidding.
I'm just kidding.
The tow truck told me it was my battery terminals. So he takes me to Walmart to get the battery terminal cleaners. It was like 20 minutes down the road. Back 20 minutes down to get these batteries
Clearing her
cleaned.
fucking battery,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
atrocious.
Total pain in the ass. Like,
Yeah.
my car was like...
Damn girls don't know how to take care of
I
them.
No.
yeah, I know, it's true.
Yeah.
But I was like...
But that's most girls, not
Yeah, but-
not all girls. Some girls really do, but
At the time, like, I was 26.
So I rescued her.
yeah, you weren't focusing
So-
on that.
If you were
I
a
was
little
maybe
girl
Anyway.
out there watching this right now, what would you want to hear about guys?
Then I'll save
If
your
you
ass.
could tell them something right now.
Why are
About
little
the
girls
male
watching
gender.
Our show?
Well, I just want to tell any woman who's having a hard time in their relationship that, you know, that there are good guys in their life, and you don't have to put up with something that you're not happy with, because there are somebody who's gonna love you and who's gonna treat you the way that you deserve to be treated. And it's not, you do not have to stay in a relationship that you're not happy with, because there is something out there that's perfect for you.
Boom. I think that was
Love
good
it.
words.
Oh my
Great
god,
words.
you make me cry.
Oh my God, should we cry together? Let's hold hands.
I love you guys.
We love you too.
Oh my God, me too.
It's a good point to say we can continue this conversation.
I
For
love
hours.
you. Oh my god, you guys are so much fun.
For
I love you
hours,
guys.
and we
So much
appreciate
fun.
you guys so much for being on this podcast with us.
It won't be the
Aw,
last.
I love you guys.
It's our first, but it won't be the last.
Yeah, you guys are definitely going to be regulars on here because we can continue this for hours. It feels like we just
Aw.
started,
For sure.
right?
The truth is, if anybody's listening out there, me and Jimmy could shoot the shit for
Hours.
ever.
For hours. There might be another bromance podcast coming
Oh,
on.
Oh
So,
God! Oh,
Sneak
yes.
peek.
Cast.
Snake pig bromance.
Sneak
Fine,
peek.
fine.
Do it.
But-
Sub podcast, bromance.
But we do thank you guys for joining us today. We thank Little Hendrix for making a surprise appearance.
What, honey?
And
It's
Love it.
adorable.
we thank you guys for
He's
bringing
trying.
the
The
mules.
truth is,
We've been drinking a lot of whiskey on here. We did drink a little bit of whiskey, but the mules are good and the beer is good.
that's true.
I don't
Thank
think
you.
we even talked about that.
Thank
here.
you to Breckenridge Christmas Ale.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Cheers.
Thank you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Love it.
Merry Christmas.
Everybody,
Merry Christmas.
I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the show. Thank you.